hold on. Before you panic sell your DJI gear, cancel upcoming shoots, or start hunting for overpriced alternatives, you seriously need to hear this. Right now, the internet is completely losing its mind over 3 massive DJI stories. 2 of them are genuinely exciting and could shape the future of aerial and handheld content creation. The third one, however, is being twisted into pure fear-mongering nonsense, causing people to make rushed, expensive, and frankly unnecessary decisions. So today, we're cutting through all of it. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll know exactly what's real, what's exaggerated, and what you should actually do next. First, we're going to clear up the absolute chaos surrounding the so-called DJI ban. As of December 23rd, the ban did officially take effect, but not in the way social media headlines want you to believe. Your existing DJI drone is still completely legal to own, legal to fly, and fully functional. Second, we've got leaks pointing to what could be one of the most ambitious FPV drone concepts DJI has ever worked on. The rumored Avata 360, a drone that could merge FPV flight with true 360-degree capture in a way we've never seen before. And third, leaked photos and FCC filings suggest DJI is testing not one, but 2 different Osmo Pocket 4 prototypes in the wild, and one of them looks absolutely wild. I'm breaking down all 3 stories, calmly, clearly, and with every detail that actually matters. Let's start with the big one, because it affects everything else and has caused the most confusion. As of December 23rd, 2025, the DJI ban did officially take effect. But here's the crucial part that keeps getting buried. Your existing DJI drones are still perfectly legal to own and fly. Your Mini, your Air, your Mavic, your Inspire, all of them still work exactly as they did before. Nothing has been remotely disabled. Nothing has been bricked. There is no secret kill switch shutting down your drone mid-flight. None of that dystopian nonsense is happening. So what actually happened? The real story begins with the 2025 National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA. Buried inside it was a provision called Section 1709, which required a U.S. national security agency to complete a security review of DJI by December 23, 2025. Interestingly, the law didn't even specify which agency had to do the review. It could have been the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Defense, the FBI, the NSA, or the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. DJI, for its part, actively requested this review. Starting in March 2025, the company sent formal letters to 5 different agencies asking them to begin the audit. Those requests were met with silence. Here, where things went sideways, the law included an automatic consequence if no agency completed the review by the deadline. If that happened, DJI would be added to the FCC's covered list. On December 21st, just 2 days before the deadline, the FCC received a national security determination from an executive branch interagency body convened by the White House. Based on that determination, DJI and several other foreign-made drone manufacturers were added to the FCC covered list on December 23rd. The ban didn't happen because DJI was proven unsafe. It didn't happen because any agency publicly found malicious code or confirmed data exfiltration. It happened because the required audit was never completed. The fear driving all of this is the idea that DJI drones could secretly send sensitive data back to servers in China. That concern has been repeated endlessly, but here's the uncomfortable truth. There is still no public evidence proving this is happening. In fact, a leaked 2021 Pentagon report tested DJI's government edition drones, including the Mavic Pro and Matrix 600 Pro, and found no malicious intent or hidden backdoors. The report actually recommended those drones for government use. Since then, DJI has doubled down on security, adding features like local data mode, full offline operation, AES 256 encryption, and disabling automatic cloud syncing for U.S. users back in 2024. Now that the ban is in effect, here's what it actually means. DJI products can no longer receive FCC authorization for import or sale in the United States. That includes drones, handheld cameras, microphones, gimbals, and accessories. This explains why products like the Mavic 4 Pro and Mini 5 Pro launched globally but skipped the US market. DJI clearly saw this coming. But again, and this cannot be stressed enough, this does not affect products already in the hands of consumers. What will change over time is support. Firmware updates may slow down. App updates could become more difficult, especially for iPhone users if DJI apps are removed from the App Store. Spare parts could become more expensive and harder to find. Some future FAA compliance requirements might become tricky if DJI can't push necessary updates. But this is not an immediate death sentence for your gear. It's a long-term inconvenience, not a sudden shutdown. Here's the part that should make everyone stop and think. Nearly 90% of US police, fire, and search and rescue departments rely on DJI drones. Alternatives often cost 3 to 5 times more and frequently perform worse. If DJI disappears overnight, many of these departments don't switch brands. They simply lose drone capability entirely. The same applies to agriculture, construction, energy inspection, filmmaking, and real estate. DJI isn't just a consumer brand, it's infrastructure. So what should you do right now? Keep flying. Keep creating. If you're on iPhone, do not delete your DJI apps. If you're on Android, download and save the APK files offline. If you're a commercial operator, consider a backup drone as part of normal risk management. This situation is driven far more by geopolitics than proven security threats, and your existing gear remains legal and functional. Now that the doom and gloom is out of the way, let's talk about something genuinely exciting. DJI's rumored Avata 360 might be one of the most ambitious FPV concepts we've ever seen. This is not an Avata 2 replacement. According to multiple leaks, this is a completely different category. DJI appears to be experimenting with merging the immersive FPV experience with true 360-degree spherical video capture. Leaks suggest dual 1-inch class sensors capable of capturing full 360 video, possibly even up to 8K resolution. That matters because most FPV and action cameras use tiny sensors. Larger sensors mean better low-light performance, more dynamic range, and far more flexibility in post-production. One particularly intriguing rumor suggests a mechanically switching gimbal system that allows pilots to toggle between traditional forward-facing FPV mode and full spherical capture. If true, that's genius. Fly once, reframe everything later. There are also rumors of LiDAR-based obstacle awareness, creating true 360-degree spatial awareness. That's especially important for a spherical camera drone, where traditional forward sensors aren't enough. Battery life is rumored to reach around 25 minutes, which would be impressive for an FPV drone carrying advanced imaging hardware. FCC approvals from November 2025 suggest at least one DJI device matching these descriptions exists, lending credibility to the leaks. Whether it launches in the US remains unclear, but if it does, this could redefine FPV content creation entirely. Finally, let's talk about the Osmo Pocket 4. Leaks suggest DJI may be testing 2 different versions. One appears to feature a dual camera system with a noticeably larger camera head, suggesting advanced optics and processing. The other looks more like a refined evolution of the Pocket 3, with a larger single camera module, physical buttons returning for faster control, redesigned gimbals, and a nearly 20% larger battery. If DJI really does offer 2 versions, it would make sense. One for serious videographers who want maximum flexibility, and one for everyday creators who want meaningful upgrades without extra bulk. Either way, both look like substantial improvements over the Pocket 3. So here's the bottom line. Yes, the DJI ban took effect. No, it does not ground your drone. Your existing gear is still legal, still powerful, and still unmatched for the price. The Avata 360 could be a game changer for FPV creators. The Osmo Pocket 4 looks like it could dominate handheld video again. And despite all the noise, DJI is clearly still innovating at a level few competitors can match. Stay informed, make smart decisions, back up your apps, and most importantly, don't let fear stop you from creating with the tools you already have. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these stories matters most to you? The band clarification, the Avata 360 concept, or the Pocket 4 leaks. Drop your thoughts below, and as always, keep flying, keep shooting, and don't let the noise distract you from making great content.